Today, class, we will be reading Harry the Dirty Dog. In front of you, you should have your graphic organizer. And let's look over the questions that we need to be looking for. It's the 5 W's and the 1 H questions. Who is the story about? Where did it happen? What happened to this person? Why did it happen? When did it happen? And how did it happen? Okay, so we've got Harry the Dirty Dog by Jean Zahn. Okay, can we make an inference or brainstorm any ideas on, is this the same dog? How do you know it's the same dog? Or why do you think it's the same dog? Or why do you think it's a different dog? Okay, we need to take into consideration that all these spots are the exact opposite. Okay. Harry was a white dog with black spots. Okay. Look at our graphic organizer. Harry was a white dog with black spots who liked everything except getting a bath. Except is one of those words that we need to focus on. So one day when he heard the water running in the tub, he took the scrubbing brush. Why did he take the scrubbing brush? Because he heard the bath water going. And he hates baths. And he buried it in the backyard. Oh my gosh. Do any of you have dogs? Do they dig holes in the backyard or any parts of the grass? Then he ran away from home. Have y'all had your dogs run away from home? He played where they were fixing the street and got very dirty. He played at the railroad and he got even dirtier. Uh-oh. He played tag with other dogs and became dirtier still. So he's like really dirty right now. He slid down a cold chute and got the dirtiest of all. In fact, he changed from a white dog with black dots to a black dog with white spots. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go back. Do you think that's what it's implying? Although there were many other things to do, Harry began to wonder if his family thought that he had really run away. He felt tired and hungry too, so without stopping on the way, he ran back home. When Harry got to his house, he crawled through the fence and sat looking at the back door. One of the family looked out and said, "There's a strange dog in the backyard. By the way, has anyone seen Harry?" That means he looks like a totally different dog. Let's look at him. They don't even recognize him. When Harry heard this, he tried very hard to show them he was Harry. He started to do all his old clever tricks. He flipped flop and he flipped flop. He rolled over and played dead. Do y'all's dogs know how to do all those tricks? Or any trick? He danced and he sang. He did these tricks over and over again, but everyone shook his head and said, "Oh no, it couldn't be Harry." Harry gave up and walked slowly toward the gate, but suddenly he stopped. He ran to a corner of the garden and started to dig furiously. What do we think he's digging for? A brush. I think so too. Soon he jumped away from the hole, barking short, happy barks. He found the scrubbing brush, and carrying it in his mouth, he ran into the house. Up the stairs he dashed with the family following close behind. Where do you think he's going? Yeah. He jumped into the bathtub and sat up begging, with a scrubbing brush in his mouth, a trick he certainly had never done before. "This little doggy wants a bath," cried the little girl, and her father said, "Why don't you and your brother give him one?" He wants a bath now. Harry's bath was the soapiest one he'd ever had. It worked like magic. As soon as the children started to scrub, they began shouting, "Mommy, Daddy, look, look, come quick." "It's Harry, it's Harry, it's Harry," they cried. Harry wagged his tail and was very, very happy. His family combed and brushed him lovingly, and he became once again a white dog with black spots. It was wonderful to be home. After dinner, Harry fell asleep in his favorite place, happily dreaming of how much fun it had been getting dirty. He slept so soundly he didn't even feel the scrubbing brush he'd hidden under his pillow. The end. So he does not like getting a bath, does he? Right. Okay, so let's get back. Which one of these Harry's what is how he is supposed to be? Right, because he got super dirty. Good. Now we're going to refer back to our graphic organizer, and as a class we're going to answer this first one, and then I'm going to leave the rest of these for y'all to fill out together, okay? So, let's start with who. Who is this story about? Well, this story is about Harry, and he got dirty, right? So Harry is who is the story about. So it's Harry. Harry is a dog. So as we wrote together, we put that this story is about Harry, the dirty dog. Right? Good. Okay. So now I want you and a partner or the people around you to finish answering these questions. We want to answer, where did it happen? What happened to this person or dog? Why did it happen? When did it happen? That means look at your setting. And how did it happen? What factors played a role? Right? Okay. So I want y'all to do it now. As you all finish up your graphic organizers, I want y'all to go over it together. And then I want y'all to bring it up to me for me to check and make sure that your information is correct on your graphic organizer before we put it on a piece of lined paper. After you have your graphic organizer approved by me, then you will receive a piece of lined paper, and on this piece of lined paper is where you're going to begin to write your summary. A summary is just about a paragraph that includes all of your key details and main ideas, excluding, meaning you do not include or incorporate relevant or irrelevant text. So you'll just include the main parts, which are the pieces located on your graphic organizer. You will only include those into your summary, but you just want to make it professional and formal, wrap up exactly what the book was about. Just not including little pieces and giblets of irrelevant information. You want your reader to know what the book was about and its main pieces throughout the book. The reader doesn't want to read the entire book. He or she just wants to read the main important key details of the book. After you bring me your first piece of lined paper with your first rough draft of your summary, I am going to correct it, and then I want you to go back to your desk and independently fix it, just like you independently wrote your summary. I want you to independently fix it, and prior to you coming up to me, I want you to have a peer proofread it. I want you to proofread it. I want your peer to proofread it. Then you bring it up to me. I'm going to critique it or mark on it. I'm going to give it back to you. You are going to get another piece of lined paper, and you are going to rewrite your entire summary. But I want you to fix and improve it and revise it from the rough draft. After you write it for the second time, I want you to read it. I want your peer to proofread it, because once you hand it to me the second time, you will not get it back. That will be your finalized grade. And if I ask you to share, then you will share. And so you want this to be the best that it can be, the most potential, as if the person was going to read it. At the end, we are going to put it on pretty paper and place it out in the hallway for everyone to know what a summary is, and the summary of Harry the Dirty Dog by Jean Zahn. If I were a student, this is what my summary would consist of. This is what my summary would consist of. This story was about a dog named Harry who hated baths. He hated baths so much that he hid his bathing brush and ran away to the city. He began this trip with white fur and black spots. But then he went through multiple scenarios that got him dirty. He played with other dogs, ran through construction, and slid down a coal chute. That afternoon, as he returned home, he had suddenly transformed into a black dog, or his family didn't recognize him. He had to find the bathing brush and let this family bathe him for them to realize it was Harry. So class, I want us to reflect on our book. What kind of book do you think we read? Do you think it was cause and effect, compare and contrast, sequence, problem and solution? What do you think? And why? Good. Yes, I also think that it is cause and effect. I think that it is cause and effect because Harry didn't like baths, so he went and ran off, hit his brush, got dirty, and the effect of that is his family didn't realize who he was, and he had to get a bath to prove who he was. So you can see it as cause and effect or problem and solution. Different part, if you pull out different parts of the text, it's, as long as you have something to back it up, I will take it. So now to further this lesson, we are going to read each other's summaries. So not for homework, you are going to read another decodable or text, and you are going to give a verbal summary tomorrow in class.